Yo, what's good, gang?
Yo. Oh, you got that brand new Prograps merch?
Yeah, bro, this that new shit. Come in black and white, and I got a back design. Yeah.
Oh wow. Does he have any other shirts though?
Yeah. It comes in this design. He got red, black, white, and gold.
When the did you get glasses?
Yeah, him come in Celo Blue.
Who the are you?
They even got it in black and light gray.
Cool clothes, but ladies and gentlemen, that is right. We officially have Prograps merch, so do me a favor and cop some merch. First link in the description below, or prograps.shop if you want to Google it. We own the domain. We got t-shirts, hoodies. We're going to talk about it a lot more at the end, you know what I'm saying? But look, for those that don't know, your boy really loves creative art, okay? I'm talking about any form of creative outlet that you could use to form an expression, a thought, maybe just some cool shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, that's probably why I love wrestling, right? Because it's wacky, goofy, sometimes really bad, and sometimes the greatest thing on the planet. The sport is all about creativity, right? Now we tapping into all mediums of this. I'm talking about, I ain't gonna spoil the video, dog. You gotta watch it, But hi, my name's Adrian, and I like wrestling. So imagine this, right? Boom! It's 2006. Prograps is about 4 years old. That's not important, but you have never seen wrestling before, okay? Never in your life. And you got a friend that loves it, so he's like, hey, pull up. You know, we gonna watch the Royal Rumble together. You're like, sure. I don't know what that is, but okay. So you watching it with your homie, right? You just seen some bold Olympic dude beat up a bigger guy, and out of nowhere, gong hits. Bam! Lights shut off, fog and smoke start coming out, your friend is hella hype, and you sitting on the couch all damn confused like, what is going on? Why is this such a scary vibe? Then boom, mad little hooded men start coming out, and they holding up torches, and you kinda scared, but really confused. Then a 7-foot man in all black with a leather coat and a big ass hat comes out on a horse chariot, okay? In this wrestling arena. Like, huh? He gets off the chariot, and this motherfucker shoots lightning out of his hands and zaps the top of the arena. What is we watching right now? And then the goddamn ring collapses, and you sitting here confused like I thought we was watching wrestling. This shit is a movie. And all of a sudden, you tuning in to weekly shows just to watch Hornswoggle and Finley, man. And that is why gimmicks are so important. Wrestling is all about the gimmicks, right? From the gear to your aesthetic, which I'll try not to yap too much about, to the way the wrestler wrestles. The gimmick is everything, and more importantly, gimmicks are necessary for the casuals. To get the people invested in the sport, you gotta be invested in the characters, dog. You gotta be invested in the Undertakers, the John Cenas, the Shawn Michaels. And these are just some brief examples of people that got me invested in wrestling for the first time. But of course, you know, the founding father of creative gimmicks in wrestling. Nah, it's not the Undertaker, my boy. Booyaka, Booyaka, Rey Mysterio, easily one of the greatest wrestling gimmicks ever. And I know what you're thinking, PG, he's not a gimmick, he's a luchador. Bro, Rey Mysterio to casuals and to a majority of the world has defined what luchadors are to people, right? Rey is the luchador to people, from the iconic finisher, which 619, one of the most creative finishers ever. Okay, first off, the name, the area code, tough, but the variations of the 619, from the 619 leg kick to then either a moonsault splash right on the ropes to going off the top of the ropes in his own frog splash. Like, what? You know how many people do this 619 now? And the move is so perfect because it could work on any size of man, from big to little. And the little kid in you watching this for the first time was going nuts because this colorful little dude is going off the ropes, the swag, the aura all over, bro. And I'm not trying to get into a swag conversation about creativity, but Lord, you want to talk about creative aesthetic? You want to talk about creativity with their fits? Bro, Rey Mysterio literally has a mask for any type of occasion. Wrestling, red carpet, Hall of Fame speech, TV episode. Shouts out Zeke and Luther. But Ray, man, the fits and creativity absolutely off the chain. The Wolverine fit, the skulls all over, the Mysterio one, the Flash, the Joker, which, this one was kind of poopy. Silver Surfer, crazy dedication to the body paint, to the iced out LV Hall of Fame mask. Come on, low-key, the Pharrell of wrestling aesthetic, okay? Just the diversity, my god. But of course, for wrestling gimmicks and the creativity of them, a big thing with them is that they can't be duplicated, right? There will only be one Undertaker, one RVD, one Chris Jericho. All these wrestlers are legends and they will be remembered for the rest of the time. And I say this because I feel like there is one man who screams creativity to the fans, not even just the casuals, but their gimmick relies on them being creative. I'm not the biggest fan, but Jeff freaking Hardy, bro. And look, I know, your casual's favorite wrestler. Jeff Hardy easily is one of the most creative, probably most influential wrestlers of all time. I can't even lie, right? The Swanton Bomb, in hindsight, isn't the most creative idea for a move, right? It's basically just him doing a front flip, but not landing it, you know? But that's what makes this shit awesome, because Jeff could have been basic. Jeff could have been boring with it. But this man was so creative with this simple ass move. This man was doing swantons off ladders on the tables, off guard railings into crowds, to all freaking whatever this high rail climbing shit is. But this is high though. And we see the influence in people like Darby Allin, people like Leon Slater, and we see his creative impact on just regular culture as a whole. This man Jeff Hardy got every man my age talking about, yeah bro, I used to cut up my socks and wear my sleeves because of Jeff Hardy. I'd be jumping and doing backflips off my couch because of Jeff Hardy. Respectfully, I've never been a fan of someone that made me want to do a flip off my couch because I'm a chicken shit, but that's just me though. But Jeff Hardy just oozes creativity, from the moveset to the fits to his entire aesthetic. This man was coming out in iconic face paint every week, and he was painting eyes over his eyelids. So when he closes his eyes, he still got eyes. That is the most creative shit I've ever seen on face paint. I'm sorry, Sting, I don't give a damn, okay? The punk rock aesthetic worked for Jeff, because his entire character is just against the system. He's this outcast. He was too cool for that, too much swag. But, you know, there's millions of creative gimmicks, right? There's Bray Wyatt, who took the sinister character gimmick into an abstract, multi-dimensional character. There's Orange Cassidy, who has this slow, sloth, funny, uncaring style at first, but you give him a title and something to fight for, like family or friends, and he turns into one of the best baby faces on the planet. And wrestling, to me, it helped shape my own interest in how I look at creativity, right? A big thing for me growing up was the presentation of these characters, the gears that they would make their entrances in, the specific lighting and pyro they would get when they were making their entrance. And I don't know why, but Jack Swagger's entrance, that shit went hard. And guess what? It's an all-time. It's an all-timer, dog. And it's created things like this that become memories for people growing up, and it helps the casuals and the fanatics fall in love with the sport overall. But look, man, enough about the characters, alright? Let's talk about the inside. The ring style. Weirdo? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is ProGraps, and have you ever found yourself with no swag, no drip, no sense of grappiness in the world? Well, you may not be the only one. You see, look at this poor soul sitting next to me. No sense of swag, grappiness, drip, no but he's in luck. For only $29.99, that could change your entire life. Watch what happens when you get tipped with the Grappinator 4000. And look, his grappiness levels are already fucking smart. The grappiness levels are already rising. He's smiling, he's happy, the women are flocking towards him, and that could be you today. For only $29.99, you could cop the ProGraps merch down in the links below. Fucking say it.
Get your graps today.
You are watching When Creativity Meets Wrestling, a retrospective by ProGraps on the PG Network.
Alright, so wrestling, it's kind of a weird sport, right? It has all of the glitz and the glamour of a beauty show, but then the possibilities of a cinematic masterpiece with certain types of storytelling, And then just some of the most badass stuff you can see in a fight, right? I'm talking about frog splash off the top rope through the announce table. I'm talking about Edge spearing Jeff Hardy from the top of the ladder, from hanging from the titles or whatever. Like, but I think what it comes down to that really makes the creativity shine, it gotta be a simple one-on-one matchup. There are over millions of wrestlers, right? And of course, most of them have different movesets. They all have different things that they do to get the crowd engaged in their match, and that's why their creativity will shine the most here. In a regular one-on-one matchup, you got millions of eyes on you, right? And it's you and this other person in the ring having to tell a compelling story that doesn't bore people. And we've seen some of the best stories told in wrestling through just plain one-on-one matches. Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair at Mania 24, where Ric Flair is this washed up old legend. Lord knows this wasn't even the beginning of his retirement tour. But washed up old legend refuses to go down without a fight, and Shawn Michaels, being that new solidified Playboy legend, has such a large amount of respect for him that when he's ready to put the final bullet in him, he cries and tells him, "I'm sorry, I love you." And bam, sweet chin music. CM Punk versus MJF at Revolution. My God, such good shit. The story of him bringing out the Ring of Honor gear to take down this new devil that brought out Punk's past through old promos and callbacks. Punk does the same with his Ring of Honor gear in the entrance, and he fights MJF in a dog collar match. I'm getting calm now talking about wrestling, guys. I'm getting a little bit too excited. But yeah, he fights MJF in a dog collar match of all matches, because the dog chain represents a metaphor for their entanglement. The story of MJF and him starting from this childhood idolization to becoming this bitter and dark resentment towards Punk is one of the greatest feuds I have ever seen live, and it's still in my top 3 for AEW history. To me, it's perfection. Okay, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. I think this match's story was super special to me because of how creative but honestly simple the story being told here is, right? It's family versus family. Now, we haven't seen much of this version of Roman yet, but we know Jey Uso. He has been a lovable guy that we know is loyal and does what is right at the end of the day. So it's only fair his family member gives him a shot at the title, and they fight one-on-one for it. Now, what we didn't know yet was how sadistic and manipulative Roman Reigns is now. Roman would do literally anything to keep his championship and his throne as head of the table, even if it involves beating and submitting his own family. Roman begging Jey to submit and quit to be his right-hand man, but Jey is too resilient for his own good. Roman was choking him out, telling him, "I swear to God, I'll take your last breath." It's never that deep. He's just your cousin, bro. But in-ring storytelling is just one outlet of showing off creativity within the sport, right? Because I know one of my favorites gotta be the in-ring styles. I mean, this is where boys become men, girls become women. How you wrestle, how you move, this determines your scale on the Grappy rating, you feel me? And off rip, a wrestler with a pretty damn high Grappy rating, Ilya freaking Dragunov, okay? Around 2020, when Ilya had that NXT UK title match with Walter, it was really when I first watched the Ilya match for the first time. I have only heard of him through the other Walter matches, but this is the first guys, talking about Walter and Ilya, it gets me too excited. But this was the first Ilya match I've seen live, okay? And holy shit, okay? This match, screw the story for a second, okay? You know, Ilya never defeating Walter before, climbing his way back to the top, yada yada yada. Nah, Ilya's cut from the same cloth as Walter, gang. This man hits so freaking hard, bro. When I was watching this match for the first time and I'm seeing Ilya chop Walter back, and the noise, the reverb that's coming off Walter's body from the chop, oh my God. Ilya's chest being beat freaking red, and he's still screaming, still fighting hella aggressive. Crazy. And Ilya's moveset is one of the most badass I've ever seen, okay? You want to talk about a creative, hard-hitting moveset? His finisher is a literal flying torpedo with his head. Like what? Another finisher he has is him literally landing on your face with his forearm and elbow. You were a body after those moves. A ghost. Poof. Veggie cream cheese, everything bagel, lately toasted. Another one of my favorites, if we gonna talk about it all time, it's gotta be Samoa Joe, right? He's got the hard-hitting chops, the kicks, the leg strikes, but the grappling techniques of a demon, the aggression of a bull, and a finisher that is so believable, because if you are a man of that size and he puts his arms around your neck and lays on your back, you are going to slumber. is such a badass moveset. Bryan Danielson, being the perfect mix of aggression but supreme grappling technique, has one of the most consistent and believable movesets. Kevin Owens, being this hybrid of good grappling technique with the Jeff Hardy attitude of not giving a damn and doing some wild high-flying moves that are so memorable and not expected. Cause I won't lie, me myself, I got a tummy and I am not doing a frog splash. I'm not doing a swanton bomb. Hell, I'm not doing the freaking cannonball flip shit he be doing in the corner. Another one, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, 2014 Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. These are just some other examples of the grappiest movesets ever in wrestling. Okay, I don't care. But yeah, you know, there's millions of moveset styles and whatnot, but your style of wrestling is a huge way to show off creativity in the sport. But wait, there's more. Right after a quick word from our Oscar award-winning crew. Back to you, IRL PG.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is ProGraps, and if you want to find yourself just as happy and jolly as these folks are around me, do yourself a favor and cop the ProGraps merch down in the link below. You see, some people ask me, hey PG, what makes you so jolly, so grappy, so happy in the morning? Well, quite frankly, it's because I clearly have my brand new ProGraps merch, and that could be you today if you cop the merch down in the link below. Make yourself grappy today.
Not even paying us, yo.
Nah, really though.
Yo, son, what's good with you?
Where this bread at, bro?
Yo,
where this bread at, man?
Cop the merch!
And he'll never, never know.
Those commercials are awesome. For this last chapter, I'm taking a page out of my boy X3's book. Okay, we talking about creative as arenas and pay-per-views, cause let's be real, wrestling is all about the presentation of the wrestlers, yes, the in-ring stuff, yes, but where we fighting at though? Waffle House? A damn construction yard? There's dudes on the roof of a company? There's been so many iconic venues and pay-per-views in wrestling. NXT UK had a show once at the Royal Albert Hall in London. This shit is beautiful and sophisticated as hell. Shout out NXT UK getting mentioned twice in the video. Who would have thought? Shout out that title. Shout out the Mandem. The KBS Hall in Kyoto is freaking gorgeous. The stained glass art design, I don't know if there's a history to it or a story significance, I don't know, but off look alone, this shit is beautiful. Shout out Stardom and all the Joshi promotions, man. Armageddon, specifically 2008 Armageddon. The Castle Fort looking style up on the stage is so damn beautiful. The iconic picture of Jeff Hardy standing on top of the title, I have a damn shirt of that. Beautiful arena, creative as hell. Compare this shit to literally any pay-per-view that they have done in the last 10 years, and they have yet to make a stage design that comes as close to ultimate grabbiness outside of Mania 39. This one's really beautiful. The movie themed wrestling posters, the grandiose huge ass stairs, Snoop Dogg pulling up in the Cadillac, the long ramp. Mania 39 is really sexy, and overall just super creative with how it fits the theme of that year's WrestleMania. Another banger from 08, SummerSlam. Holy crap, this shit is beautiful, because it doesn't just look cool, which it does, but the fact that they got the whole summer blockbuster movie aesthetic down packed is crazy. Super creative. The whole movie shit is crazy. And when a wrestling arena is this creative and matches the theme of the pay-per-view, it just makes you want to sit down and watch any fight that goes down in it. One stage design that low-key grew on me over time, because I'll tell you, at first, this shit was butt ugly to me. But the stage for the 2008 Royal Rumble low-key grew on me so hard. Side note, shout out 2008 for the stages. My god. Shouts out Obama. But yeah, I don't know, when I first saw this stage, I wasn't a big fan of the entrance ramp. I wasn't a fan of the entrance ramp and the Titantrons being so small, but low-key, that Cena return is kind of what did it for me, okay? The ramp and Titantrons being so simple and small to fit more of the crowd around them, that shit made Cena's return so much harder and just cooler. Like, this man comes out looking down, then boom, looks up, just straight swag. My god. Now, if we gonna talk about presentation, we gotta talk about the stipulations these fights are being presented in, right? Because I have seen some dope creative match stipulations and some Yeah, right off the bat, Punjabi prison, all-time stinker, dog. This shit just looks ugly. It's wall over wall over wall, and the matches in these walls, stinkers. Now, of course, you got your regular bangers of cage matches, your TLCs, your Extreme Rules-is, but WLC, this shit ruled. This match was awesome. They even had the little commentary team and their own set of tables and ladders. This shit was awesome. I'm so mad they only did this once. Now, one specific type of stipulation I absolutely love, Iron Man matches, but specifically Iron Man matches with multiple pinfalls, whether that is a best 2 out of 3 falls, which are bangers, always bangers, usually, but Iron Man matches that have multiple pinfalls are so good. And even the ones when they do the 3 stages of hell stipulation, which I don't think we're ever going to see again, but ooh, banger, bro. The Royal Rumble, which is a cult freaking classic. It is the Braun of match stipulations, like, easily. This next one really is kind of more just for the psychology of wrestling, I guess, but those match stipulations where it would be the babyface can't do nothing or he would get disqualified but the heel could do whatever, 9 times out of 10 work perfectly because the crowd really hates those heels that do that, right? It's a great way to get the boos on a heel. Another one, Elimination Chamber, absolute banger. Honestly, any type of elimination match, I'm down, bro. Gauntlet matches, I mess with heavy. That Iron Survivor match that NXT came up recently, I love that shit. It got the timed element that I mess with, the multiple pinfall stipulation that I mess with, and that whole getting locked in a box thing, I don't know. At first, I was like, this is kind of weird. Not gonna lie, I love it, bro. It helps build great suspension in the match for those wrestlers, and some of the spots we got were pretty cool. When Tiffany did the moonsault off the box, that shit was hard. But yeah, people, honestly, this video could have been a whole lot longer just because there's a lot to talk about in terms of creativity within the art of wrestling. But I think that's what makes wrestling so special, because it takes so much talent, so much creativity to make that type of magic that can make you feel something. Like, I don't know, that shit is awesome. And when wrestling is at its peak, that shit is inspiring to just talk about and make content about. So when wrestling is great, creativity's up like a calm 45 points, you know? But yeah, guys, thank you for coming to my grab talk. But ladies and gentlemen, we officially have ProGrabs merch. It is available in the description below. The website is prograbs.shop if you want to Google it. We got t-shirts, specifically the Real Grabs designs created by my guy at No More Creatives. Go holla at him. Legend designer, phenomenal artworks. Go support him. Look at that bag design. Real Grabs, cry me a river. Prograbs.shop, link is in the description below. We got hoodies, great t-shirts. Shout out the photo shoot, these photos is crisp. Shout out the commercials we made, the Oscar award winning commercials. So much time and effort and money has gone into these clothes and this passion project of mine, guys, and this is solely because of, you know, your guys' support and you guys watching my videos. So I want to repay you guys and give y'all some cool ass wrestling merch to rock, you know what I'm saying? If you want to support me, do me a favor and cop some ProGrabs merch. Buy some for your mama, buy some for your grandma, buy some for the whole fam. The official ProGrabs merch is finally out. I am so glad to finally release this. I've been working on this project for months now, so I'm glad to finally release it to y'all and present it in a nice creative way. Wink wink. But yeah, guys, if y'all like the video, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Comment below if you agree with me and some of your favorite creative things in wrestling. And last but not least, y'all, subscribe to your boy, man. We on the road to PG 4K. Pop out to the Grabby Court, the ProGrabs Discord, link is in the description. Follow your boy on Twitch, man. I'll be on Twitch vibing. It be DJ PG, you know what I'm saying? Link is in the description. Yeah, guys, y'all finna get sick of me because I'm gonna be promoting this merch all damn year. Prograbs.shop, link is in the description. But yeah, guys, I don't really got much of an outro, so I'm gonna leave y'all with a ProGrabs out.
And in the evening, there's no